All right, so I'm gonna do a little update on my Jeep here. That's actually at my place now. Had to get it out of my buddy's shop because he had some other stuff to do. But you know, for the most part, what he was supposed to do is done. The frame's plated, or I shouldn't say frame. The unibody's plated. It's got the Nerf bars. It's got bumpers. It's got a roll cage. It's got a removable roof. Which I'll get into that here in a minute. He helped me with the doors, and I put this front end on, which it's not on yet, but I mean, it runs, it drives, the top is removable, needs a couple things here and there yet. It needs painted. I think I'm just gonna go, I was trying to think of something cooler to do with it, but I think just for cost and ease, I'm just gonna paint it this dark blue color of the 01, which actually this Jeep was a similar color before it got painted this lighter blue, which is just like the auto shop paint that you buy at the parts store. But yeah, here's the original color of this Jeep. So it's just gonna be way easier. I don't have to worry about the jams, they'll all match, other than the top. The top's obviously a different color, but we can pull it off to paint it, so that ain't no big deal. Get the glass in it. I'll probably change this hood out. I got to bolt all this shit down. And then for those of you that don't know, the older, I think on the Renex Jeeps, it has a pressure tank cooling system, which this one's got a new pressure tank in it and it's leaked. I've got electrical tape wrapped around the threads to try to keep it from leaking, and I've had a couple different bottles in it, and it's just a terrible system. If the bottles weren't so terrible, it wouldn't be so bad, but the newer ones had a cap on the radiator and didn't have the pressure tank, so I could just swap the radiator out on this with the one out of the 01, and I got everything I need to do the conversion, so I'm just going to do that. But I was just going to show you what he did as far as making the top removable. I don't know how much went over before, but basically plate on here, and then there's 3 studs that are welded to this plate. They go through, and then there's just nuts on the bottom. Pretty basic. This part took a little bit more work. I actually had bought the 01 Jeep because I wanted a steel hatch, because we thought it was going to be easier to do the fabrication on rather than the fiberglass. However, top hinges are different, taillights are different. They're narrower and taller, and the taillights for the newer one don't fit this body. So we were kind of screwed anyway we did it. So we just tried to, figure out what was the easiest option. I don't know if I showed the back bumper. There it is. We ended up getting rid of the receiver in there because it already has a hitch. Obviously that's a class 1 hitch, class 1 to class 2, whatever. But my 01 has a class 3 on it, and I figured that's going to be a lot stronger than just a receiver welded to the bumper. But this here, he figured out some spring latches. So you just pull these, lock one, and just pull another one. And tailgate drops down. It's got these hinges here, mounted. And then if you don't lock that one back, when you shut it, it'll actually automatically close on its own. And I mean, truthfully, one's gonna hold it. It ain't really gonna go anywhere. But just lock that one in. And then I don't have anything figured out on this yet. I don't think I've got some of the truck topper stuff at home with the handle. I got an Escape that I'm going to scrap eventually that's got a little latch for the window. I might be able to use that for something, but she's coming together. And then I think I'm going to paint this stuff satin black, the roll bar, the Nerf bars, the bumpers. And I think that'll look pretty good with the dark blue. It's originally a manual window Jeep. These are power. I'm just gonna run some wiring through here that I can disconnect, obviously, when I take the doors off to run the windows and maybe the mirrors. I don't know. I think I'm going to put the seats out of the 01 in it. They're just a little bit better shape, and this didn't have the back seat in it when I got it, and those seats are gray, so I'll just throw them all in here. That way they all match. And this interior, I think this Jeep originally had a blue interior, and somebody painted it black anyhow. So it's kind of whatever. I got to do some floor patching here. This hole kind of showed up as it was sitting there. It had no rust, but after I rolled it, it sat for a few years, and then we went to go cutting holes for the roll bar. Ended up with that. Not a big deal. Actually, this Jeep here, which is the V6 Jeep, how I refer to it, because it's the only V6 one I have. It was a Florida Jeep, fairly low miles, no title. So it's got really good floors in it. So it's gonna probably be the donor for the floors. But I mean, that V6 was not great in it. I mean, I never drove it on the road, obviously no title, but I'm gonna keep the doors. I got the roof, floors. I might keep the hood just for a spare. Maybe the fenders, I don't know. It's pretty clean, like I said. And then actually I sold the rear end out of it, and the same guy that built this did the roll cage and all that, and the removable top. Oh, I forgot to show this part. So he's got, I mean, not the best looking things. He was more worried about than I was. He's like, well, I could shave him down and, you know, make him look a little bit better. I was like, I don't care. I don't. It's fine. Hell, I could, you know, I could make actually I could even use these. Well, I probably wouldn't, because that way I could leave them on when I took the roof off. But I mean, I could put a light bar up here and you'll never see them unless I put the light bar in there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care either way. But I think he's got nuts welded inside here to the structure. See if I can kind of get it here. Yeah, I think there's nuts welded up in here, and then these bolts go through. So, and it's pretty good. It ain't going nowhere. So, yeah, there's my little update on it. It's pretty much done. Fabrication process. Get it painted. Get the windows in it. Windshield and rear windows. Get everything bolted together. Some wiring. And should be ready to go. Probably take me another 2 years, but hey. There's my update for now. Thank you. Have a good day.